Welcome to Six String Guitar. We're going to take a look at Tracy Chapman's Fast Car, or recently recorded by Luke Combs. And we're going to take you through, I want to take you through the tutorial of how to play it. If you listen to the original version, Tracy Chapman, she is playing it in the key of A. If you listen to Luke Combs' version, he's playing it in A flat or G sharp. So if you watch Luke Combs' Vevo video there, you'll see the Capo is at the 2nd fret as well as Tracy Chapman's. But the thing is, Luke Combs, he tuned his guitar down a half a step. So basically what he did, he took his E string, tuned it down to E flat, his A string to A flat, his D string to D flat, G string to G flat, B string to B flat, and the high E string to E flat. Now if it was me, I wouldn't bother tuning down, say if you're on stage or what have you, or you're playing a number of songs. All you have to do is to take your capo from your 2nd fret and move it back to the 1st fret. And that will give you the same key that Luke Combs plays. And that'll be the same key as Luke Combs. Just to iterate, this'll be depending on where the capo is, it'll be your 1st fret, 2nd fret, so on up. So that's how you would count. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay with the original version. Again, Luke Combs' version is pretty identical. There's not a big difference in it, only for the key change. So if you want to, you can tune your guitar down a half a step. Keep your capo at the 2nd fret if you want to play Luke Combs' version. If you want to play the original version, Tracy Chapman, you keep it in standard tuning and the capo would be at the 2nd fret. Again, if you want to keep it in standard tuning and play the Luke Combs version, just take your capo from your 2nd fret, bring it back to your 1st fret, and that'll bring you in the same key as what Luke Combs is playing it in. We're going to zoom in and take a look at the chord structure, the technique for this song. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, 6 String Guitar. Hit that notification bell and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm for this channel. Anyway, we're going to come back in 1 second. We're going to be zoomed in and we're going to get right to the lesson. Alright, so welcome back, and we're zoomed in on the guitar, and we're going to learn how to play Fast Car, the original version by Tracy Chapman. Again, as I said previously, if you want to play Luke Combs, you can do either two things. The capo here, or the capo, is on the 2nd fret. We're in standard tuning, so we're in the key of A for Tracy Chapman. Luke Combs plays it the same way. If you look at it on the line there, he plays with the capo at the 2nd, but he's tuned his strings down half a step. So he's playing down a semitone down. So he's in the key of A flat or G sharp, whichever way you want to look at it, versus Tracy's version in the key of A. Now, like I said there a few minutes ago, what I would do, instead of tuning my strings down, I would just move the capo back to the 1st fret. And then wherever the capo is everything's going to be relative to the capo, the fret names and so forth. So this song is pretty easy. It's the same progression for the verses. And basically, we're not using any picks. We're using our picking fingers, and on the verses, we're going to be basically using the B string and the G string a lot. And when we're plucking the B string, which is the second string up from the bottom, we're going to be using our middle finger for that, and we're going to be using our index finger for the G string or the third string up. And we are going to be using the fifth string a lot with our thumb when we're playing most of the chords, but there will be a G chord in there that will be just moving our thumb up and plucking that one instead of the fifth string as well, simultaneously again with our index and our middle finger on the G string and the B string. So let's just talk about what is going on here first before I get into the actual song. So basically, the progression, or if you were to play the chords, like the basic open chords, it would be, it started off on an E minor, then it goes to a D, and then it goes to a C, and to a G. And that is the progression, but what we're doing, we're playing the chords further up the neck. So we're starting off on an E minor, but the E minor is up here at the 7th fret. So really it's the 9th, but we're relative to the capo. So we're counting up 7 frets. But we're not actually playing the full chords. We're just playing parts of the chord. So we're actually only playing this part of the chord. Or this part of the chord, I should say, because we're playing the minor third here. So this is the first shape we're going to use. So, and what we're using here, we're using the 5th string, the 3rd string, and the 2nd string. That is the first shape. So, relative to the capo, the 5th string, your index finger goes on there of the 7th fret of the 5th string, and your ring finger goes on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And then you're going to move this down, but you're going to go to a major. So you're just going to move your ring finger down 1 fret and your index finger down 2 frets. And that'll give you your D chord, which is based on your A-shaped D chord here. That's your A-shaped D chord, but we're just going to play, we're going to fret these 2 notes and we're going to use these strings. Then we're going to go to a part of a C right here and we're going to hammer on. And then we're going to go to a G chord, which a lot of people call it a G5. Instead of playing a G like that, we need to play a G with our pinky on the 1st string of the 3rd fret and the ring finger on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret and the middle finger of the 3rd string of the 6th fret. So I'm going to, as we're going through, you're going to see the diagrams of the chord shapes as I just explained, or you'll see that on the screen. So the very first chord is your E minor. Again, it's here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go simultaneously, we're picking the 5th string, the 3rd string, and the 2nd string all together. So we're going to go. Then we're going to move down to our D, our 2nd shape. But what we're going to do, we're going to go so all 3 strings simultaneously, and then we're going to pick G, and then we're going to change to our C chord. When we're getting ready for our C chord, we're going to pick all of these same strings again. We're going to pick the 5th with our thumb, our index with the third string, our G string, and we're going to pick our B string with our middle finger, and we're going to go, we're going to hammer on, we're going to come to a. So far we got our E minor, so that's what we got so far, and we're going to end it off with a G. And our G again, we're going to go. Now this is where we change, because we're up here on the G, we're fretting the 6th string, we're just going to move our thumb up one string, and we're going to still simultaneously pick the 6th string, the 3rd, and the 2nd. And that's the end of the phrase. So we're going to try that again. We're going to go. And I forgot to, on the other turnaround there, sorry. So we're going to go. We're hammering on, and we're going to pick the open G and then to the G. So I apologize for that. So let's try that again. So we're going to go right down to the 7th fret, again relative to the capo. We're going to go all of these 3 strings, and we're going to move down. So that's how that works. So I'm going to play it up to speed for you, and so you can hear how it goes. So it goes. So if you want to put that in the end of the phrase too, you can, or you don't have to. You on the G you can go if you want, or you can just stay on the G and then back again. So it just repeats over and over again. So we're gonna slow it down once more, because it is a little bit tricky, and it just repeats over and over and over again. So we're gonna just try it again. So we're gonna go. And that is the verse. Now, the verse and the intro. So you just listen to it, the original recording. On the intro, the 4th time, or the 3rd or the 4th time around, there's a little fill if you want to do it. You don't have to. It goes. So what they're doing here on this E minor, they're doing your plucking. And then you're going up to the so it's really the 12th fret, but it's not. It's the 10th fret, again from the capo. Then you're going to go picking on the B string, and then open. So it's 10th fret, open to the 8th fret, then it goes back here. Then you're on the 8th fret. So if you want to do that, you can. So let's just try that again. Up to speed. And if you want to put that in, you'll hear that little subtly in Tracy Chapman's, and you'll also hear it a couple of times in Luke Combs there. So let's go on to the chorus. So the chorus comes in with a strum. So after that's done, you'll hear the chorus start off. I remember when we were driving, and So let's have a look at the chorus. So it starts off on a C. Now I tend to play it this way. The diagram will be up there, or you can play it like a regular C. So it just starts off, I remember when we would C, G, E minor, so that's how the chorus goes. So just be a little free with your strumming pattern. It's not the same strumming pattern. When you get down on that D and you do the next turnaround, so you're going to start off with a C, and I remember when we were driving. So I remember when we were C, G, E minor, a D, downstroke, C, E minor, D, C, E minor, D, back to C, and D, and then you're going to do that picking, and you're back into the verse again. So just like you're strumming, you can just kind of up and down, up and down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So and it goes on, right? So I remember when we would C, G, E minor, D, D and C, D, then you're back.